Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got shop update number 11 and kind of a brief overview of what we did at SEMA. So if you didn't know, we unveiled Randy's 1970 Charger in the HRIA booth at SEMA just 2 weeks ago. So we've been hiding that car from everybody over the last, well, really the whole year now as we work towards getting it completed, and we knew we had our spot into the year a bit. So it was really exciting to see that come together. It was a really big team effort. All the guys in the shop that brought that thing to the finish line were right there with us to make it happen, from the upholsterers to Jason, who did the cut and buff. It was a great experience for me to go through that and see all the support from the people around here. Even people that aren't involved in the shop were reaching out, offering a hand and stuff. So it was a big goal and we made it. So we got the car there, unveiled, first day of the show, Tuesday morning. We got to pull back the cover on it. There was an interview with Rick Love, who owns Vintage Jared. That was great for me to meet him and go over the car briefly. Yeah, my wife was there, Tyler was there, my brother, some of the guys came down throughout the week, family members, customers flew all the way down. It was a really cool cherry on top of that project. So that thing's been going on for a long time, and it was great to get to that point, and let alone the response that we got. So I got to show the car to a lot of other shops that I've looked up to and kind of mingle with these guys, and the response of the car was great. People could really see the passion that we put into this project and the attention to detail. We kind of talked the talk over the last year. We've gotten good attention from Oil and Whiskey and doing social media stuff, and now we kind of could walk the walk and stand there next to some of our work and be proud of it. So it was great. We got to hang out with all these other shops. Like I said, Ironworks and BBT, Troy and Roger become good friends of ours, and we got to show the car to Mike Ring. I think that was a big highlight for me. See the excitement, enthusiasm from the customer and his friends who were all there. That was a big deal. I think the cherry on top of the whole SEMA experience and releasing the Charger was the response that we got from our pull style door handles. So that product was featured on the Charger, which is why we chose to bring it out, as well as a couple other models. It just blew up in our mind. We've had so many phone calls and emails. Those are set to come out early 2026. So if you're interested in them or you haven't seen them, head over to our social media channels to watch videos on them, or go to our website, standardstreetrods.com. If you click on the handle you're interested in, you can enter your email in a tab on the side, and that'll put you first in line to be notified when they become available, pricing, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I really look forward to bringing those out next year. So we haven't really done a shop update in a little while. We've honestly been so focused, like I've been saying, on the Charger that some of the other projects have, I don't know, they kind of got neglected, unfortunately. Fortunately, we have great understanding customers and it's worked out, but it's nice to get spread back out and working on some things. So this allowed us to bring in a couple of new projects. This is a 67 Firebird for a local customer that is kind of a LS swap and then some. We're doing some suspension upgrades to it, air conditioning. It's a relatively stock car. It had the Pontiac 400 in it. We're going to a 427 LS. It's an LS3 that's just been stroked and bored a bit. Should be north of 500 horsepower, be plenty for this car. We're doing a 5-speed in it, which we've done a bunch of the TKXs. Great, solid combination for a car like this. So this car, he wants to take it on road tours. So the intention with this thing is for it to be driven, which I'm totally all about. I'm really excited to put a car together with that as like the main goal. It'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna do some light suspension upgrades. He doesn't want to lower it a whole bunch, just he likes the style of it, a little bit more of a vintage style and stance. So we're not gonna get too worked up over that. We'll do coilovers, rack and pinion. We're gonna do like a QA1 triangulated 4-bar rear end with a 9-inch. Disc brakes all around, do a narrowed rear end. Just some little things, but not totally overboard. Aluminum radiator. Like I said, vintage areas, got Dakota digital control, dash and all that. Great project, nice clean car that we can get into mechanically. So definitely look forward to sharing more about this car as we go. And I think this will be a car that's very relatable. It feels like this is a project that a lot of people could take on at home, being that it's kind of like the Roadster Shop has their Survivor Series builds. It's kind of up that realm. So it might be a little bit more relatable. So we just got that project in, as well as Shane's 77 Ford crew cab truck. This has got a Cummins diesel in it, a highly modified chassis that they've done a lot of the work on. This is kind of a cool project, great local customer, awesome dude, and him and his guys at his shop have done a lot of the work to this and kind of friends with all of them in a way. So it's a fun project. Objective right now is to get it painted. So we painted the bed already a while back, and now we can get into painting the body. So we'll fit up all the doors and do a little bit of repairs here and there and yeah, work through it. So this will be another fun project, and it's looking like we're gonna bring this one to the finish line, but we'll see. It's kind of up to Shane and what he wants to do.
Why'd you paint the bed?
We had the truck in here like, geez, it's It's been 2 years now, actually, since Shane started this project. We made some rust repairs on the cab, and the bed was kind of like its own separate item, so we could get it painted then, but they still weren't sure on what they were gonna do for an engine and what they were gonna do for transmission and all that kind of stuff. So we just decided to hold off on painting everything else because there was other modifications to be made. Yeah, good job, good local customer. Just finished that other Ford truck, so we're a little bit familiar with them. Cody, which just started here, I've known Cody for years, so I'm really happy to have him. He's a great contribution to the team. He's been working hard on Mike's 36 Ford Roadster. So we kind of have a build series going on that project, so we won't get into it too much, but we will have another build series to follow, and there's been some in the past, so you can check those out. This is an awesome project. I love these Roadsters. I'm excited to have kind of a stab at one and make it our own a little bit. And then we've got Andy's 89 Fox body. If you didn't know this car, we touched on it a while back. This is one that I painted behind my parents' house like 10 years ago. He's just been kind of plucking away at it and so on, and now we're getting back into it. There's been, unfortunately, some damage that's happened over the years, so we got to do a little bit of paint repair and then get this thing put back together. Turned into a wild car. It's amazing to see where it's come from, you know, just working on it nights and weekends at my parents' house. Yeah, we're just working through some repairs and getting the body fit back up. It's kind of hard on these cars because, you know, you've got a plastic bumper, thinner sheet metal, some fitment stuff is just different than like a 60s muscle car, but we're still working to achieve that really same high quality fit and finish. Good project, cool to see that one come to the finish line. Then we've been working on Dave's Corvette. We've been doing working through some interior stuff and details, kind of making our way towards the gauges and the steering wheel. We modified the tunnel, got the horseshoe shifter in there for the 4-speed. Dave likes the horseshoe shifter. He's seen it in other cars. So we're gonna kind of fit that in with a console and everything, and it's looking good. Still doing more plumbing stuff. It feels like it's never ending on this car, but we're trying to just go through great lengths to hide it and keep it all clean. I was walking through the shop today and Brian was working on the Corvette. He built the exhaust system for this, and he goes, look inside the fuel fill hole. You can see the exhaust and like zigs and zags, and it's all symmetrical, so check it out. Yeah, it's looking good. I don't think I've talked about this truck project yet, but this is Ken's 70 C10. So this is a finished truck. It drove in here, and we did basically full Detroit Speed suspension on it. So Brian ripped out the whole front cross member. It's got a whole bolt-in cross member from DSE. The rear suspension, it's still got like the trailing arm style, but it's C-notch with a lowering spring, improved pan hard bar geometry. So that's also helped us lower it a little bit and get better ride quality out of it. It was really only up about an inch higher than it was now, but it was all stock suspension. So it was basically just riding on the bump stops. This car's gonna drive and handle so much better now. I'm excited to feel that. Just driving it home 30 minutes from Auburn was a little bit of an experience. So it'd be pretty cool to make that improvement for these guys. And we got it down a little bit lower. We ordered some shot wheels for it that Ken liked. This will be really good. This front suspension, I think this is the most involved suspension kit we've gotten from DSE yet. It's really nice. Quality of it, the strength of how everything appears, how it went together, yeah, it's just awesome. So I'm really excited to get this thing out on the road and see how it feels driving, but it's looking good. So we got coilovers now, adjustable shocks, adjustable ride height, rack and pinion steering, improved control arm geometry for the lower stance. Yeah, it's a great way to go in lowering. This is really the right way to do it. We did a pulley system and vintage air and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna do the bear claw style latches in the doors too, just to help them click close better. We did those on both Blazers that we built. And Derek has also been working hard on getting the pull style door handles that we released. We're working through just kind of all the details. Everything's been prototyped. We're working prototypes on cars right now, but it's just a matter of hashing out all the little stuff that you don't even think of and the amount of work that goes into really bringing a good product, because we're not going to bring it to the finish line until it's really ready, until we're extremely confident in it. And if somebody calls, we have an answer and we know how to work through it. So there's just a process of doing that, and it takes a lot of time, but here's the machine. And we plan to machine everything in. I'm excited to have like a product like that is well received and gets really used all the time, you know. Door handles are such a big touch point on a car that I think people will really appreciate the upgrade. I appreciate the heck out of it. I mean, it really does it for me. So it's just exciting. I'm excited to share that. So thanks for watching the video. If you made it this far, thank you. Seriously, I really appreciate it. We put a lot of effort into making these videos, sharing our knowledge. It's a great way to support us. If you want to support us even more, you could buy merch, products, or reach out if you have a project you want to do. That's kind of our whole goal with this, is to get out there, show what we do, and get more excited about it. So if you like it, like it. If you have a question, ask it. And follow us on all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everything. Thanks.